there, Shawna Karrasch here with an Ask Shawna answer, coming to you from Chicago today. Okay, this one comes from Sandy, and she says, my horse loaded in the trailer beautifully for the first 5 years I had her. Then something happened, and she was afraid to load. I've been working with your book and clicker for about 6 months. We are stuck at getting her back feet in. She will stretch as far as she can to touch the target, but won't put her back feet in. What's the next step? Thank you. Okay, what I would do, I would give her time. So what I would do is I'd take her out and have her, if you have to, if it's a place where she is, you can't just have her loose. I mean, if you can pull the trailer into a round pen or an arena, you know, or some place where she, you know, she can just be loose, I would do that. In the middle of a pasture that's full of grass right now, she might just continue to eat and ignore you. So it'd be better if it wasn't kind of, you weren't competing with the pasture and the grass. But if there's nothing else for her to do, I think if you just had it in there and you just waited, and the only way she could get all the way in, I mean, the only way she could get food was at least get her back feet in, I would, that's what I do. I would just wait her out. But if you can't get it to a place where you can pull it into an arena or a round pen or something, this is what I had to do with Bugs when I first started, because he was rearing and, you know, just something he wasn't going to do. I just had long lead rope, and I just held the lead rope. I was up all the way in the front, and I had the lead rope, and I just waited. And I said, well, you can do whatever you want. You can go the end of the lead rope. I'm not pulling with the lead rope at all. But you just have this much space. This is your circumference that you can go and choose and do whatever you want. So I just stood up there and waited. And, you know, I really even didn't really say much because he knows where I am, you know, and I'd kind of see him. Sometimes I might hold the target and say, hey, Bugs, target. And, you know, he would just hang out there. But I would just, so I just got quiet and I just waited. And thought he knows where I am. And I just waited and I just waited, and it took about 10 minutes the first time. But whenever, it might be a point, I don't know if your horse won't get his feet on the trailer or if it's a ramp you're trying to work towards, but whenever it's the commitment towards the next step is where I click and feed and leave it for the day. Feed him tons for that. So maybe let's say it's a step up and he just stands with the 2 feet up, 2 feet back, not going. And that's all there is to it. I would just wait. And wait and wait and wait and wait. And the second I saw his foot, his back foot even think, you know, when you even see him just committing, I'd click there and feed him. So you're saying that's all I needed. I need that intention, and that's all it is. And keep it really short and sweet. Because you know in his head right now, he's looking at the trailer, or she's looking at the trailer and thinking, I don't, you know, I hate the trailer. I hate all those things for whatever reason, whatever happened. She's looking at it and she's thinking, I don't like it, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And so she's, I'm sure, feeling some angst in there as we're doing it. So I just look for her to do is make that one commitment. As soon as she does, I click and reinforce. Say, see, that's all you had to do. So I'd reinforce, 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 reinforce. But I would also leave and say, that's all, we're done, we're done. So she realizes as soon as she does that, you know, we get to stop too. I get fed and we get to stop. And then let that be for a little bit. And then come back, you know, the next day or something and say, let's try again. And just give her time to process it. And then I know we have that issue, I mean, if it's a step down and if it's a 2-horse where she can't turn around, then we need to build that skill, because a lot of times what I find is they get afraid to get on. A lot of times that happens after they've gotten on, then they don't know how to get back off. So I've seen horses over and over again load right up in the 2-horse, and then they're like, when it goes to back out, you can see them like stabbing with their back feet, like they don't know where it is, and they're afraid of what's behind them or isn't behind them, or are they stepping off a cliff, you know, or whatever that might be. So I find a lot of times that has been why they won't get in the trailers, because they've gotten frightened about getting out of the trailer. Not all the time. There's so many elements of trailer loading. So what I would do, as you get her where she gets 1 foot stepped up, reinforce, reinforce, back her up, so she gets to practice the on, step off, on, step off, on, step off, on, step off. I'd reinforce with food each time she's on, the being able to back the foot back off, so keep 1 foot on it first. The getting back off is just a reinforcement unto itself, and ask her to step her foot up. And then when she gets 2 feet on, you want to reinforce her, but very quickly, while she still remembers where she's just been, ask her to get both feet back off, and then back on, and reinforce, reinforce, then back off. So she kind of gets the skill on. So what I found, like with Bugs, you know, he got where he would go all the way in, but if he's in for too long, they kind of forgot how he got there, you know, and then he'd be in there for a while, they'd be like, I don't know the skill. So I want that repetition a little bit so they understand and get that muscle memory. They remember, this is how I do it. This is how it works. This is how it works. So utilize that a little bit. If it is a step down or step up, or even if it's a ramp, if there's anywhere you can park it where it's a little less angle, that would help too. You know, if you have some little tiny hill that can make it a little more flat, that will help them a little bit there too. So there's a lot of elements there. But anyway, so let me know. And if there's more information or you're further along, because some of these I've had to wait because of my camera technical difficulties, but so I'm just getting all caught up on all of them. So if you have more information or more questions, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me and let me know where you are now and how things are going and how I might be able to help out. Anyway, so Sandy, you can get a hold of me at AskShawna.com. And until next time, or ShawnaKarrasch.com. Until next time, enjoy getting your horse on target. Bye.